course, on online audience as well, which is of course a mix of internal and a few external journeys. So thank you for your time. Hope this session, which is the continuation of our series from the digital commerce business unit related to unified commerce, right? So in digital commerce, we're talking about the latest and greatest in innovations, not only in digital commerce or e-commerce as it is known, but we are also talking about the broader realm that digital commerce covers, which includes digital transformation across a number of systems and platforms that all facilitate into your e-commerce landscape or environment. And one critical component of that, as we are uncovering that with a lot of our customers, has been the in-store experience. Now, we all shop through different channels. We also have seen that post-pandemic, the re-rise, I would say, of the brick and mortar and in-store experiences. And a lot of customers and retailers, especially that we work with in the B2C world, um, are investing heavily in in-store experiences. They are opening a lot of stores. They are changing the format of their stores. There is a lot of digital capabilities enabled within those stores, and they are exploring avenues in which how they can unify the customer that may have met them or interacted with them online or through e-commerce, and see how they can bring them in store and offer the same level of experiences and sometimes even more, because we know that what you can really touch and feel, what is tangible to you, is what will have a very long lasting impact towards that journey, towards that loyalty that a customer will have towards a given brand. So let's explore that, dive a little bit more into this session. In the earlier first session that we had, and we can share, I can do a quick recap of it as well. We were covering that from digital commerce or online, how you can now bridge the experiences with in-store. And now in this session, we will see how point of sale systems or in-store systems, as they are known, are evolving, are transforming, and they are what customers are trying is to unify it, bring your e-commerce and in-store into one umbrella, one ecosystem, one platform, so that they can offer seamless and unified customer experiences to their customers. I think I've seen that Shopify here. They're not the same, but they have a site for it. They are correct. So there also now you have players new and old, right? Now there are older players. We know the Salesforce, the SAPs of the world. They are looking to acquire new innovative point of sale systems, bring it into their ecosystem, and blend it with their e-commerce. That is one way. And yes, Shopify as an example, yes, they have built their home ingrown systems, both online and POS, and that is a USP for them. So if a customer is coming in and looking for all things in store and online under one hood, then they are able to offer that as well. And I went to you know, website, they they had not had that particular thing in their, so we just got up with, point of sale, and we just, basically said, I can ship it here. Correct. So that's an amazing. That's true. And I think what we've also seen in talking to our customers, and our customers range from enterprise brick and mortar stores who have then evolved into e-commerce capabilities and now are very advanced in their e-commerce capabilities also. But we see that their in-store systems are legacy, right? There would be the Oracles of the world, Oracle Fusion. They have taken their code, they have customized it to no end, and then they are seeing it that it's still not matching what customers expect online, right? So to give you an example, um, when you shop online, you will see a lot of pop-ups giving you promotions and discounts, loyalty rewards. If you're expecting that same promotion or loyalty in store, you might not be able to get that even with the biggest of brick and mortar retailers. So that is the gap that retailers are now trying to bridge, so that if a customer has been shopping online, if they are used to a 10 or 15 or 20% off, they are able to offer those same promotions in store as well. And right now, those systems are different. So somebody has to do, a store associate has to offer that manually to them. And that is, additional task on an associate. So how you can bridge these systems together so that, you're reducing the burden on the store associate. So we'll explore all that and more in our session today. We'll take approximately 30 to 40 minutes, open the floor for some Q&A as well, learn from our associates internally, what they are in their own experiences seeing difference between online and in-store, as well from some of our customers who have joined us, and then how we can explore and sometimes even build a bespoke solution that can cater to these needs. Okay, so the first thing about, and this we covered a little bit in our earlier session as well, is that you need to break the silos. Right now, the landscape between in-store and online, it is fragmented. It exists separately. There are two different systems. Even if you look at within an IT system for a given retailer, for example, you will see that an in-store team is totally separate from your e-commerce team. There are different platforms, sometimes even different skill sets. I talked about legacy. And what you will notice that your point of sale systems is almost legacy systems. How many shops do you think have separate? I would say like 75 to 80% are separate. Like only if there is a new um, retailer that has come up with modern technology stack, they would have some resemblance between their point of sales and online. But whereas your retailers that you know from Best Buy to Ashley Furniture or other retailers that whom we work with, they are all separate. They offer different capabilities and they don't mix the two each other. And what they're looking, and as we are heading into the holiday season and planning for 2025, a number of retailers and big ones that operate globally, they are looking to invest in projects in which how they can bring the two together, right? And it's not like a simple 1 year. This would be like a multi-year, 2 to 5 year projects in which they want to build a layer in which your in-store as well as your online platforms can operate under that one platform layer. Because even to bring it seamlessly under one, like there is no right now a vended solution also that offers both under the same. And we'll talk about one example how Salesforce is looking that through an acquisition. We'll cover that in subsequent slides. There is other couple of points also because now business is extending towards globalization. Like initially it was in North America, Latin America, and that. But they're looking for their solution for inventory levels across all the systems and operate all the systems. So that's how the transformation is happening in legacy manufacturing units and as well as from e-commerce to unify together how to manage in single places when the business can operate on single. Is it just an project type of thing or we have to. Yes. Yep. So now, what are the top challenges the customers are facing, right? One is accurate and unified inventory systems also. Now, these also differ between what is in-store inventory and online inventory, right? Because online inventory, you can have your distribution centers. You may have one in probably each geography, and you can ship to a customer anywhere from that. Whereas in-store inventory is in a way limited, right? And it is very sometimes even curated to what the local geography needs are, right? So an online customer is usually open to a lot more inventory, but if he's wanting a particular item and goes to their local store, they may not have it, right? And let's say if there is a capability you build online that through a geography lookup you are able to find an inventory, those systems need to talk to each other. So that is what some retailers are doing, that they are able to, with a zip code or something or your nearest store, They are able to see whether, okay, what they are seeing in the online catalog, will it, is there inventory for that particular item at their local store? So they don't need to wait for that item. They can go to the local store, get it then and there. They can even get a feel for that product, right? We see in retailers, especially like apparel, which is a lot of customers that we work with, size is a big issue, right? You don't know whether a small, medium, or between small, medium, or medium, large, what will fit you, right? So you would want to go to a store. You don't want to order two sizes. I mean, that's not good for the retailer. It may be good for you. I can order two sizes and return one later, but it's not good for the retailer. And even if you look from a sustainability perspective, that you're spending, there's a carbon footprint to returning any given item back to a store and then restocking it, etc. So by being able to show a online customer that you have a guaranteed inventory at a particular local store, you can go and check it, try it out, and then be able to make a purchase. That is one thing. Then getting a single view of the customer. Now that is very important. Right now, when a customer is coming in store, right now the store associate does not know the profile of a customer, right? But now in these unified systems, if they know what you've been shopping for, let's say I'm shopping for a particular style of jeans, and if the customer comes in, the store associates know that, instead of asking certain preemptive questions, they can look up the profile, know what the customer has been searching for online, what's in their cart if they've saved items, and direct that customer directly to that particular uh, aisle to make that purchase or show that product to them, right? That increases customer engagement. That increases also a loyalty that the customer will have towards a brand. That I know that, oh, if I'm going to go to my store, they know who I am, they know my preferences, and I'm going to shop from that retailer over and over again. Of course, modern technologies and capabilities. We know that legacy systems over time, even if you look at it from IT standpoint or maintainability and operational standpoint, things grow stale. It's difficult to maintain. It's more cost to maintain, right? There are transformation projects across any organization that we look. We need to modernize those systems, get it to the latest stack, cloud native or whatnot, so that they're easy to maintain, easy to scale, and then take you into your next growth era. We talked about blending physical and digital experiences again between in-store and online, how it can be more seamless. Now, of course, data. Right now, I know we have a separate series of sessions related to data, but again, the back end or how it's going to come together is all related to data. It will be customer data, it will be inventory data. If it's different between your online and in-store, how can you blend it together, break those silos, so that then you can get a unified view of not only your inventory and other systems, but as well as your customer. Then also employee experiences. Right now, we're going to talk about how it's going to make the life of the store associate easier. We know that as part of COVID, a number of stores, from your restaurants to retailers, customers were coming back to the store, but the stores were not staffed enough to look after those customers, right? Like, uh, easy example, if you go to a grocery store, I mean, I go through a number of files, but I hardly find a store associate there. I may have a question about a given product or a given size. I need to go back, need to look for a customer service, or they need to pay somebody to come and look. Here now, if the store associates themselves are enabled with devices or point of sale systems, they can look up the customer. I can maybe even interact through my mobile application of a given store, call for help as needed. So it makes the interaction much easier, rather than if I'm not getting the right help, I may not come to the store again. All right. So how the whole unified commerce picture comes into the picture, right? Comes into view, right? Earlier it was single channel, right? I mean, before the e-commerce days, you were almost always shopping at a given store. Then, with the rise of e-commerce, you were doing multi-channel. You were shopping in the store, you were shopping online. Online also you were doing either through your desktop or through your mobile device. Then they were saying, oh, we saw differences between the experiences through a website or a mobile device and even in store. retailers were bringing it all into omni-channel era. You were feeding the same content or product through those different channels. Now we are talking in the unified commerce era, wherein how you want to bring in store and online experiences on all multi-channel experiences should be seamless and should be the same touch point. Now, what is at the center of this foundation? It's all about the customer at the end of the day, right? We talked about the customers being able to get the same promotions that they're getting in store and online. We talked about customer preferences, right? So when you offer that, definitely it is going to end up in loyalty. You're going to shop more from that retailer often. You can target that customer with more customized and personalized options. And then once you understand the customer, you can also offer them products that they're looking for, right? So you can diversify. Now, giving an example of a big retailer that we work with, Abercrombie and Fitch, right? A lot of those who have moved on from their teen years into their middle age era, we've known Abercrombie pretty much as a teen brand, right? That's no longer the case, and that is what is powering their growth right now. They've moved from a teen brand to now focused on middle-aged consumers, right? With their offerings related to their jeans varieties or their hoodies and things like that. So they've understood the customer that yes, they need to diversify. Those who were teenagers at one point are going to move on, and they want to continue shopping with that same retailer, right? And that's good. That is powering their growth. So now we'll move into the main topic or agenda for today, right? Now, how your point of sale systems have evolved, right? So a different chart here that I've taken, and again with more Salesforce in mind, because they, as a vendor partner, are taking the first sort of steps, if you will, to bring different the point of sales as well as e-commerce they're already present in. We already know they have the number one AI CRM within their portfolio, right? So how Salesforce is evolving, bringing all things related to e-commerce and now in-store as well into their ecosystem, integrating it so that it can be a one-stop shop for retailers and beyond. So, of course, we started with the cash register. We've all seen that. That also evolved. Salesforce came into the picture, of course, with their CRM products, and then they got into e-commerce. Now we are going to talk a little bit about Predict Spring, right? So this is one of the innovative products that we've seen in our conversations with Salesforce as well as our customers on how the future of point of sales is going to look, right? It's not only about the hardware, but also the software. It is 100% SaaS-based product, so you don't need like hardware in store or infrastructure. It's all cloud native. The store associates with their iPads or handheld devices can interact with the customer. They can see the profile. They can search the catalog, the same catalog which is online and in-store availability, and even make the sale. Right? You don't have to now stand in line. And we've seen during holiday periods and Black Friday, the lines go out of the door, right? Now the store associate can meet you, can complete the purchase, and then you can walk out. And down the line, we've seen with Amazon and things like that, that it will recognize the customer itself. You just scan and basically go. We've seen that with Sam's Club and other big retailers also. So we've talked about a little bit about the associate, right? Like how their roles are also diversifying, right? Like earlier they were associate just with point of sales, but now they don't have to be just behind the cash register. They can move around the store with their handheld devices and interact with the customer more freely over there. They can check the inventory. They're also acting more as a virtual stylist. So with now all these tools enabled, AI tools and so forth, they can basically know the customer preference and also serve as recommendations, and they can recommend products to them. That is also something what clienteling is also about. In-store promotions, they can offer those same promotions in store that they are seeing online, which right now doesn't exist. Fulfillment, they can complete the purchase. If something is not in store, they can look it up within the online catalog compare it with the online catalog, order it to them, offer free shipping and other things, and get it delivered to their home. So that is where the concept of endless aisle comes. So even if a customer is coming in store, if there is not a particular product, you can offer product from your online catalog and make the sale for the customer. So yeah, so basically, I mean, in unified commerce, you're going to see all this come into the picture for you, right? Um, your now data between in-store and online exists in one place. You're able to see all the customer preferences. You're going to know more about the customer. You're going to transact and then engage with the customer and also serve the customer. So now your point of sales, your commerce, and even the fulfillment side of it can all come under one umbrella, and that's basically driving increase of your online revenue, your in-store revenue as well, and then customer feedback. Right now your customer from your loyalty is going to engage more with you. Some more slides again. This again, we are covering more from a B2C perspective, but then we are seeing some use cases where even B2B customers can also get powered by this, right? We are working on some POCs related to field sales agents. Now, field sales agents are basically reps for B2B companies who visit their customer, go to their locker rooms, or they go to their warehouses and see what's in stock, what can be made, what can be restocked for them, right? What inventory they can get. A lot of times we see that network connectivity can be an issue over there. They can, through modern technology, they can keep the orders, fill the orders for them. It can sync back once they have the network and complete the sale for the customer. So earlier I talked about now how this can look, right? Like if you look at it, it's of course the devices have become more modern. If you visited restaurants recently, some devices like Toast or Clover, they have modern, like they all work kind of in like a tablet fashion. You can even share the screen or move the screen to the customer. They can review what they want to select. If you visited McDonald's recently, now you have kiosks, right? Earlier you used to have associates working with you. Now, pretty much there is one associate who, yeah, go ahead.
Recently, I bought a furniture from a furniture shop.
Yes.
In the store.
Mhm.
While selling this, let's say 100 things, right? I mean, this is the first time, a year we'll give this warranty, we'll take care of that, this, that. So I got some strange with a white sofa, right?
Okay.
When I called the store, they have to route me to the online customer service. They don't even know me, like, in whatever the promises they made. So how they unifying the customer service between this online as well as the in-store? Because
Correct.
the experience which I had with the store was different than the experience which I'm having now with the customer service of online, which is the only customer service for both items.
Okay. Yep. So, yes, so good question. So normally how, right, they will associate with you with some email ID or phone number, right? Like I think I can relate to that as well. Definitely warranty and all that will be there. So in-store and online, one we have to understand is different in a lot of legacy systems. Now, customer service is another application, if you will, right? Once the store has made the sale, think of it, their job is done, correct? Now,
I'm just
any,
thinking as a customer, like, I had a
yeah,
bad experience.
yeah, so they have to unify it, right? Like,
It's a record, so centralized. Okay, I don't know how.
they will have.
They
So
treat
like,
me like there's any customer who comes to online. That's the secret.
yeah,
But I went and I had a different experience buying from in-store.
in-store, yeah.
But the customer service is treating me like the same customer like anybody buying from online.
Understood. Yeah. So, I mean, usually the order number will flow, right? Like, I mean, when you will call customer service, you will have to go back to either your, like I said, some ID, which is a phone number, which they'll track back to an order number. From that order number, they will know whether it's in store or online. But to them, customer is customer, right? Like they have to address the query. But yeah,
The
from
best solution for this one, they call the customer care number or this is more
and that can take based on your mobile number itself, they're landing the service, and then if you are order an app coaching, you tell the order number, then if you try to.
No, my question was not about that. I mean, like sometimes the sales guys, they are very customized to the customer. They make some promises and all this stuff. Are they really false promises, the real promises, the record of this stuff? In a year, I will do this, I will
No, I
do
mean,
that and all this stuff.
I mean,
So what
unless
if they
it's
do
in the
that, they're not
paperwork, then
recorded,
yeah,
and the customer may not even have all those
they
records.
will not have
And me
to.
as a customer may not go to the store again, right? It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's all about in the fine print, right?
Yeah,
Like, so whatever.
that is something that, we are discussing with center also. Like, I don't know whether it is omni-channel or it is unified, or maybe it could be both, right? That's something that everybody is trying to, solve here, and I think unified
because
is
it's a
one of the
personal
options.
state, it's not about generic sales.
Correct.
When I say something, hey, this is the best, I mean, I will do this, in a year I will take care of this.
Correct.
Where is getting recorded? It's just false promises or they really
No,
record?
it could be, I think there are two things, right? Where I think one is it could be recorded, that's what at least we have seen, but it may not be accessible to the online. So that is
For the
what
customer service.
Unified is trying to solve here, right?
So there's usually a notes section, right? Like if now if a store associate is placing an order, if your store system or online, whatever it is, right? If it is connected to the customer service, if it's all under one umbrella, then whatever notes that they record should be visible to them. I know customer service, they maintain their notes or via ticket or whatever it is, but likely it's not connected with what the store associates or how they are making the sale. It doesn't get transferred over. And anything hearsay is, hearsay only. But yes, it can change, right? Like if they use the same system and platform, then it can be connected. So even if it is an order fulfillment or a contract, if that detail is shared across online, in store, and then eventually your customer service application, then yes, you can get a seamless experience across the board. Otherwise, it's just sitting in its own
And also
silo.
knowing the customer, like when we walk into the store, they talk to us for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. They understand more about the customer. I have three kids and now my kid is doing that. Just conversation. So they do record all this stuff somewhere, like
No,
it's
they,
direct data, they buy data outside and then they understand who is buyer or like.
They're going towards that, that's what.
but they have to
what
get
they're
your
trying to say
consent
is that
also,
They're
right?
going towards that. What they are saying is that if you, let's say, so one of the our Canadian customers, right? So what they basically do is their consumers are basically going to go to the online, right? Choose a product, add to the cart, then walk to the store and say, I want this, right? What they want to basically do is when these consumers, and this is not only with that client, but with other clients also, when the consumer goes and looks into the online, now walks into the store keeper should have the ability to know that you were online 30 minutes back, right? And you were looking at
Right.
these products, right? And basically start the conversation from there. So all these are trying to.
That
Correct.
is the
Touch
future.
points,
That is the
there.
future. Yeah.
That is it. But technology is one part of it, right? But if human, how they react is completely different.
So I mean,
Even if they
know
have access to the
who
data.
you
but
are, that's the data. part.
that's what exactly
For
what.
example, if I have 5 years old, I'm discussing this with an associate, I have 5 years old, I might want to buy a mattress next year, like this year, I will buy this.
Yep.
Somewhere it has to be recorded with an
Yep.
associate also.
Yep.
It should not be generic data, I get 5 years as a 5 years kid and bombarding with the email. Anyway, they do that. But my point is like how that personal test gets converted into data.
Yeah, I mean, an associate right now may not be enabled with the right tools to record that kind of.
Or even if the story is enabled with the right tool to record, the online might not have access to that particular data, right?
There's a gap still.
That's a gap. That is what unified.
That is what we are
that
trying-
is what,
Yeah.
omni-channel is trying
Trying
to.
to fill the gap.
All right, and then again, it's all about international also, right? So a lot of customers that we work with, they operate across the globe. Now there is, we've talked about different systems being, dominant in certain countries. There is, of course, localization and things like that. The experiences across the globe in different stores are different. The demography is different. How, in a way, unifying it also can create experience. Just to give an example, let's say now if you're a shopper here in the US and you're traveling and you or you're spending a few months, let's say in the UK, and you would like to shop from the same brand, are you be able to do that? Most likely not right now. But for global retailers, that can also be a question as they expand. And if there are people traveling, they can try to give similar experience to their shoppers across the globe. All right. So again, yes, this is again from a solution perspective, from the AI assistants, and also this will what the future will look like, right? From a POS systems, it will be cloud native. There'll be AI assistants in summary, right? Like so, even if a store associate has a question, they will have online help or AI enabled help to them to able to solve that, right? If a customer is looking for something, what can I offer? So, Sayed, to your point now, if the associate, let's say I'm conversing with them, maybe in their mind, they don't have the full knowledge of what product can be best for you. They can get assistance from a POS AI-enabled system that, okay, what can be the best offering for you? Or AI can again keep track of that conversation and down the line target you more in a personalized way also. So those are all the capabilities that are going to come in the forefront. Offline, we talked about it. So you may not have the consistent network capabilities like you see in all the countries everywhere also, right? Even in some malls, we see due to cell phone towers and things there, the network can be spotty. So that is a challenge some of our retailers face right now as well. That like even if network is online for a given time and a customer comes in, how they are able to keep some data, keep a record of the transaction, be able to offer again like similar promotions, maybe even returns. Returns is also a big component of what a retailer works through. So they are able to do those functions in an offline mode. So that is also a big focus area. We've covered some of these in the earlier slides. Um, Now again, what we as Royal Cyber are doing, right? Like so, we are working on a number of POCs in more in terms of a tech and a platform standpoint, in which what are the integration points in which a point of sale system, even it may be on a disparate or a different technology, and how an online commerce system can come together under one hood or one platform, right? So there are different concepts about it. I think we can do a subsequent session in which we can cover a little bit more about that POC and what we are engaging or consulting with some of our customers. But the goal is to bring about not only these two platforms together, but there are other components to it, right? So there is loyalty, there is promotions, there is personalization. There is a lot of content here also, right? Product images, there can be videos, there can be other digital assets that you need to bring together and offer same across in-store and online. There is, of course, payment methods. There are different payment methods. I mean, I feel things like Apple Pay and all really improve the customer experience, right? Like if I'm trying to reload my Dunkin' card, instead of it prompting me to enter my three-digit CVV code, there is Apple Pay. I just do Face ID scan and it will reload my card rather than me going out into my wallet searching for my credit card and its CVV code. So these kind of things are enabled and now integrated even on your online as well as POS systems that make easier. We've all double tapped on our phone and paying through the mobile wallets right now. So those capabilities are also in place. Any questions or any other case studies or things you want to talk about with respect to point of sale systems? If there's anything from the audience or anything on chat, we can, nothing yet so far. Okay. So this is a little bit of a prelude to what we'll talk in our next session, which we'll look to do in quarter 1, that how it will look under the modern architecture, right? How it's all going to come together, how we can bring in different enterprise systems, your ERP, payments, commerce, order management system, and CRM, and what the future will hold if you want to build a platform that can offer both in-store and online capabilities in a unified way. With that, yeah, I think that's all I had to cover today. Thank you so much for the questions that came in talking about real life examples. Um, I wish everyone happy holidays. We'll continue on this series as we complete out our uh, POC demo. We look forward to showcase that to our audience in quarter 1 of 2025.
Now, one question, Mike.
Yes.
Whenever I go to Bank of America, right, or any bank, Chase, nearby Starbucks, when I
Mhm.
go to Bank of America, I get a $5 coupon of Starbucks, which is close to the Bank of America. It
Oh.
tempts, I say, then why I should not go there? I
Okay.
go there and I buy the coffee because I got a discount of $5 or whatever.
Okay.
Is it like Bank of America doing this or Starbucks on this, like they have some
Yeah.
partnership? And the price
I know they
is
have
not,
partnership. I know promo codes are offered. Like if you go to Bank of America
it's
rewards,
nearby, right, within the 2 miles.
that's true.
They
Yeah.
have some sort of a thing which tempts me, hey, after taking the cash, let me go and it's the next
Spend
store,
that money over
next
there.
store, right?
I mean, it could be location enabled, right? Like, so if your Bank of America app has location enabled services there, it's knowing that and tag.
Promotion.
You get it on your app,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right? I think they know that, and they would have a partnership, obviously, for it to do.
Think on it, but there's a more into it. Might be doing something like.
Yeah, it's all about personalization also, right? The second thing also, it could be
I
that,
think personalization is the key aspect. They know Sayed is coming here like every other week or whatever it is.
or maybe you've already done that as a pattern, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Yeah,
could be
because
random
My
coincidence.
pattern is going every other week and
When you visit a bank, you see a Starbucks, so you're
Something
tempted
like
to go there, so I will target you more and
it's
more.
more targeted campaign.
Correct. Awesome. With that, I think, thank you so much.